Welcome back. This is Des from KS95. She's in for Elizabeth. Elizabeth will be back tomorrow. The holidays, boy, they are full of joy, family, and all sorts of excitement. But all of those things can bring all sorts of emotion this time of year.
Yeah, like stress, extreme fatigue, and sometimes grief.
But you know what? As we've learned over the last few years, acupuncture can really help calm the mind. Here to show us how, we welcome the owner of Healing Insight in St. Paul, the lovely Senya May is back from Twin Cities.
Hello.
Hi, Senya. We have our model,
see you.
Samantha. We're going to be getting to Samantha, and we've got needles, friends. It's one of those fun demonstrations. Why don't let's go through three big ones that folks are dealing with. Let's start with stress, Senya.
It's a biggie.
It's such a stressful time of the year, and whether it's just trying to get everything done for the holidays or kind of dreading the family drama that's going to be coming up. I mean, a lot of people deal with that.
Yeah.
We can help with that with acupuncture.
Okay, so show me how it works and where we're putting pressure or needles.
So we have a great point here on the ear that is so calming if you're dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety. It's right here on the ear. And the point is called Shen Men in Chinese, and it translates to calm the mind.
Okay.
And so this is a great point. It just settles your whole mind. So you're like, oh, all those things I was worried about, not so worried about them anymore. Like I can roll with it. Exactly.
So this is really getting at the actual what's happening to us physically when we have, you think of stress as mental, but it really shows itself in all these physical ways. And so that's what it's targeting.
Right. Yep. So you can feel really tense. You might be breathing shallowly. You might have a headache from the tension. Yep. It helps with all of those things.
I tell you, it's something about the ear too. I've seen you hit other points on the ear, and I'm always just surprised. But sidebar, personal story. Anytime I've gotten a massage, and then they sometimes will go to your ear.
They massage your ear at the end.
Yeah, you're like,
so
keep
good.
going.
You just melt. I'm like, can I just do 30 minutes of the ear massage,
Right,
please?
for sure. Well, there's points on the ear for every part of the body, and it directly stimulates your brain, so it's very calming. It can help with a lot of like organ issues that you have as well. But this point, I'll often put a magnet in the ear, and I have a little gemstone on there right now, and I call it the happy family point. Because if I send my patients home with this and then they go to a family party, then anytime that their family bothers them, they can just, discreetly reach up and
That is
squeeze
awesome.
it, and then they feel okay.
Getting a call.
You don't have to grab a bottle of wine. You can just touch your ear.
There are other alternatives.
Exactly.
Grief can be really difficult for some folks, especially during the holidays. So talk to me about how grief affects our body and how acupuncture helps.
Yeah, so in Chinese medicine, we say that grief can cause your qi or your energy to just poof, like just disappear. Like something will trigger you, you'll see something that reminds you of a loved one who's maybe passed, and you all of a sudden just feel just tired and deflated. And that can be very difficult at the holidays because we want to feel happy and joyful, but it's hard for a lot of people this time of year.
So what is the common point that you go to when you have someone who comes in and they're just dealing with some really heavy emotions?
Yeah, so we do a point that's on the wrist, and it's on the lung meridian. And the lungs in Chinese medicine get affected by grief. So if you've been dealing with grief for a long time, you might have a lot of shallow breathing, you might have a lot of chest tightness. And this point actually connects up the arm and into the chest and into the lungs, and it kind of releases the grief that you feel so that you can breathe a little bit easier.
Wow.
And it's great because, if you've lost somebody at the holidays, it can be very difficult. Or for me, the holidays have been really hard until my son came along.
Sure.
And it's nice to know that there's something that you can do that can make you feel a little bit more sentimental, maybe less like depressed.
Less depressed, more sentimental.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you might just have like happy memories of that person. You can look through albums and stuff rather than feeling like, oh, I just can't function this time of the year.
Well, speaking of I just can't function, boy, if you're dealing with any sort of extreme fatigue in the month of December, spilling over into January, that is not an uncommon problem, Senya, right?
Right, yeah. Usually by the time January hits, we're just exhausted. Right? Like December 26th, I just plan to stay home and do nothing because I'm usually so tired by that point.
So how do we tap in, quite literally, and get some of the energy flowing through our bodies again?
Yes, so there's an awesome point on the leg. You can do acupressure on this point as well. And this point it's called stomach 36, not really an exciting name.
It's called stomach 36, but it's below the knee.
That's
a confusing name.
It is. It's on the stomach meridian.
Oh, okay.
The Chinese name for it is called Zusan Li, which means 3 miles of the foot. And if you stimulate this point, you can walk 3 more miles.
Oh, really?
And so it's really, really great for boosting your energy.
3 more miles?
Yeah, Des, come on. You're one poke away, I tell you.
Let's do it.
You mentioned the word acupressure. We've talked about this before. It's different than acupuncture.
Right.
And in some cases, someone could even apply an acupressure point at home. So you mentioned that this would be an acupressure pressure point
Yes.
as well.
Yep, so you could do this if you're feeling tired in the morning. This is something you could massage for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
And it's very easy to find this point. All you have to do is put your hand over your knee,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's right where your index finger would be. You know, and just kind of
Oh, I feel
massage
it.
to the kind of the outside of your knee and outside of the bone there and that muscle.
Yeah.
Kind of feels
That'll
good
get
too.
you close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll feel a little bit of an ache if you're in the right spot.
Oh, hurts so good kind of a
I
thing.
love that.
Come on. Guys, you could use this. You work with Crisco on KS95.
Yes, I
I would
do.
imagine at a minimum you deal with stress.
Yeah, poke me with needles. Make me better.
I'll send you
you
home
can.
with a bunch.
Sonia, thank you so much. Thank you, Samantha. Hey, if you need a little relaxation, why don't you use promo code December? When booking your appointment, you will get $50 off of your first
Ooh.
acupuncture session. If you want to give the gift of relaxation to a friend, purchase a 50-minute acupuncture plus bodywork gift certificate for $125. This deal is good through the end of the week. And by the way, you will be able to find Healing Insight right on Grand Avenue in St. Paul. Easy for you to find. A big thanks to Healing Insight for sponsoring Twin Cities Live. On Friday,